Hello to all those living with pain in your heart at this moment. I connect with that as a fellow human being with pain in my heart at this moment. I, as a therapist, feel drawn to offer this support for those who are helping others to work through grief as illusions become no longer material. So there are many that I am working with right now who are experiencing a deep disillusionment and a grieving process. There is a lot of crying. There is no longer an ability to close off or to create stories about how people just need to do the right thing and then everything will be okay, pointing fingers outside, looking at who's bad and who's good. No longer is that useful. And what's happening for people who have relied upon those illusions of certainty and the concept of control is that they are experiencing a breaking down of the strategies that they have used to stay safe. These people are, in my experience so far, they are people who have benefited from the notion of whiteness. They have looked to be people who have been treated as white in American culture, and they have therefore been able to not experience a certain degree of feelings of fear and insecurity that many people of color in this country have experienced always. And so that experience of thinking that someone who looks like me could be killed by those who wish to exert excessive power and control over other humans, that I am now unsafe, or that could come to my doorstep. That is happening for a lot of people who have benefited from whiteness. So the grieving is real. The destabilization experience is very real for people, and there is a danger, there is a tendency for people to want to go either back into overactivation or into despair and giving up. And if you look at these two as points on a spectrum, there's a lot more landscape in between these two than there is points, these landscape at these points. So we all exist somewhere in the middle, especially when we're able to be really functional and to utilize that which is available to us as human beings to help each other and to help the web of life to thrive. So, but we go into overactivation, power and control, or despair and giving up when we are overwhelmed. And people are, they're overwhelmed, but now they're overwhelmed to a point of dissolution of whatever strategies of compartmentalization or justification or explanation that they've been using to sit in an illusion of safety. So while people are experiencing this, it's a very fertile time. Grieving is a very fertile experience. If people are grieving, if they are aghast at what is happening, if they are able to feel horrified by what is happening, what's happening is they are moving out of, what the sort of relative security of dwelling in their heads all the time and making up stories into a connection with their hearts. Their hearts are breaking open. And they call it heartbreak for a reason, because it hurts And but the breaking open is an opportunity for people to get out of the in kind of experience of being occupied by notions of power and control and security and certainty and perfectionism and all the things that American culture to some degree has always been built on, because you can't take people's land and enslave humans without doing some of that. So that is, it lives inside each of us. It lives more inside people who have benefited from whiteness. And we, as one of those people, I'm going to say we use that to feel safe. We fall back on it when times get scary. So it is an opportunity now for us to, as our hearts are breaking open, for us to understand differently that this illusion of separateness that humans have been playing with for a few thousand years is has its limitations, and we are limited in it. So there isn't really an us and them. We've kind of brought us and them to the like crescendo, and hopefully, we don't go much further, but we're getting to this crescendo of like, oh my God, there's an us and them, us and them, us and them. No, there's us and us. We are all right here. When I harm someone, I am harmed. There is increasingly less distance. So we are having to grapple with when you do something, it affects me. When I do something, it affects you. We are interconnected. So the heart's breaking wide open is an opportunity for people to start to connect their hearts to their minds differently. So you can work with people on engaging with how painful this is, and to help them to see that if it is painful, it is because they want something. So I've been asking clients, what is it that you want for humanity? Getting people to say that out loud is really powerful. They are speaking into the world that which they would like to see, which starts to shift their thinking away from we don't have this and we don't have that, and this is wrong and that's wrong and the other person's wrong, and takes that energy back and puts it in a creative space. We can only create something new by having something to urge toward. We have to be able to see it, to feel it, to want to create something. Everything that's ever been created has been a notion that then got brought into form, into matter. So helping people to see that this grieving time is important, and that it's really important for them to notice, and this might be painful for them because they might not want to see themselves in this light, but it is, if they are aghast, a lot of people, especially Black people in this country, have been telling us for a long time that this is what's happening to them. That this othering, this persecution, this oppression, this idea of that there are good people and bad people, good bodies and bad bodies, and that some people deserve persecution and others don't, has been happening to them and is coming at greater rates if we continue to compromise with cruelty. Here it is. This was coming. So when I help white people see that, they can kind of like start to shake the cobwebs out. Like, oh gosh, I didn't want to see it, but I see it now. I see that this was coming. I see that we are here. And then we talk about being in the thick of it. Okay, we are in the thick of it. So can we open our hearts? Can we stay in this place? And can we get things in the right order? So lots of times folks will be going to, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Slow down. Okay? because you're not going to be the one who figures out exactly how to fix this problem by yourself. No heroes. We are not doing heroes here. We are doing nodes on the web of life and people activating their loving desire for a better world, and then stepping into what is the next healthiest, obvious, lit up, energetic breadcrumb on your path. But to do that, you need to do, spheres of influence. So we start right here. I am grieving. So we meet our grief with loving kindness. We meet it with, I feel this, and there's a reason I feel this, and it's because I love. Fair. We're just going to sit right there. Beware, they will start to feel shame. Talk to them about that. Shame is a vestige of this power and control culture. It says you are not good enough for how you're showing up, and remind them that doesn't serve us. We don't need to do us and them, good and bad, good, shame, power and control, punishment. Love, okay? We're loving. The next thing to do is the next sphere of influence. If they have children, you want to help them to connect with their children. They don't have to give their children fear-mongering in order for them to promote a new world and goodness and healing of the web of life and return to our ideal of connectedness, really our truth of connectedness. So as they think about their children, you want to talk to them about, you can talk to your children about how love matters, connectedness matters. As we take steps, we can take steps every day. Am I loving myself? Am I then loving the people around me? And love is not a wishy-washy concept. Sometimes we have to step into love with a fierce protectiveness. We have to step into love with a fierce declaration. But love is about connectedness and about goodness and thriving. So talk to your children about stepping into love. Love your children. Don't be an arm of this blame and shame, colonizing, power and control culture that has indoctrinated your noggin by being critical of your children. Watch that. Notice that. Notice where it hurts in you. Notice where that happened to you. And love it. Love it. We put love there. It dissipates. It no longer has as much power. Right? It only has the power we give it. If we believe that power and control is necessary, it will have power. If we believe that connectedness and harmony and working together is necessary, it will have power. It's big. Okay, so we're helping people, and then they can look out to, okay, what can I do? Then they can look, and what I tell people is, look, when you have things in right order, you're taking care of yourself, you're not acting aghast about something that has been obvious and that we've been being told about for a long time, you're accepting it, you're moving into, you're letting yourself grieve those illusions, you're feeling whatever, I didn't know, I feel so ashamed, it's letting that move through you, because we are designed to grieve and let things move through us. Then that heart opens, it informs the mind. The breadcrumbs will be lit up on your path. If you are looking, if you are desirous of being part of building a better world, you will see opportunities. But first things first, you have to be clear. You have to be well. So I tell people, as you're focusing on putting things in right order, not being like, okay, I need to be a perfect savior, and then I'll get around to taking good care of myself and taking care of my kids. In the right order. Then you can be helpful on a grander scale. If the grander scale is, I am just living from, I'm going to talk about how we need to work in harmony with each other as humans every time I talk to someone. That is something. That is a thing. There is no perfect thing that we have to do, but we're moving into our embodiment, getting out of this just a brain moving around and into connectedness with our hearts, so that we can then move into what is the best way for you to be part of connecting with a world that's good for living things. May we all have faith in goodness. May we be aware of the presence of oneness. And may we know that transformation starts small and it's always beginning.